Model textbook of General Science, Grade 5, based on National Curriculum 2022 and 23. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Chapter number 1. Structure and Function, Human Body Systems. Number 1. Organs to organ system. Human beings have tissues and organs. A group of tissues make an organ and the group of organ are linked to form organ system. Each of these systems in turn performs one or more specific functions. Digestive system. Break down food into simpler forms which can be absorbed into the bloodstream. Esophagus, stomach, small intestine. Respiratory system enables exchange of gases between the body and the external environment. Trachea, lungs, diaphragm. Blood circulatory system transports digested food, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. to various parts of the body. Heart, artery, vein. Skeletal system supports the body and gives it shape, works with the muscle and to enable movement. Bone, vertebral column. Muscular system enables movement. Nervous system controls the activity of the body, enables the body to respond to changes. Brain, nerve, spinal cord. Number 2. Integration of different systems in carrying out life process. We have just seen the various systems of the human body and their functions. Actually, all the systems are integrated. We will see how the digestive, respiratory, and circulatory system are integrated. The digestive system gets nutrients from the food, then pass the nutrients to the blood and circulatory system. The circulatory system carries the nutrients to the various parts of the body. Breathing is the moving air into and out of the lungs through nostrils. Air contains oxygen which is needed for respiration. Oxygen is taken up by the blood which is carried to all the cells of the body through circulatory system. The body cells produce carbon dioxide which is taken up by the blood and transport to the lungs by circulatory system. From lungs, the air having more carbon dioxide is moved out of the body through nostrils. Thus, digestive, respiratory and circulatory systems are closely linked and dependent on each other to carry out life processes, as we have just seen that digestion of food would be of little value without a circulatory system. Number 3. Receiving information. The survival of all animals depends on sensing the changes in the surroundings. Any changes in the surroundings that causes an organism to react is called information. The reaction of the organism to information is called response. Every organism has some senses that help it respond to the environment. You receive information from the environment through your sense organs. Sense organs includes eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Eyes are the organs of sight, ears are the organs of hearing, nose is the organ of smell, tongue is the organ of taste, skin is the organ of touch. Nervous system consists of brain and nerves. The sense organs are attached to the brain through nerves. Sense organs contain special reporters that are actually nerve endings. When a receptor receives an information, a message travels along a nerve to the brain. The brain interprets the message. Each type of receptor can only sense a certain kind of information. For example, in our eyes, there are light detecting cells that respond to the things we see. Likewise, we can hear a sound, smell a flower, taste an orange, and feel the cold air. The five senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, smell. Do you know? The other two senses are movement and body position. Sense of movement helps us stay upright when we sit, stand, and walk. Body position is the body awareness sense which tells us that our body parts are relative to each other. So how does this all come together? Here is an example of sensory integration while playing cricket. In the picture a boy in the picture a boy is holding the bat while playing cricket. Number 1, the touch sense helps the boy to hold his bat correctly. Number 2, sense of body position helps him to know his body position is in correct position. Number 3, balance and movement information help him stay upright while swinging his bat. His sense of sight and hearing also helps him to hit the cricket ball. Through the brain, our body responses in different ways. Some example of information and response in humans are: number 1, in bright light our eyes close. Number 2, our body starts sweating to cool itself. Number 3, while running to get more oxygen we breathe deeper. Number 4, we shiver to heat up our body temperature. uh, we shiver to heat up our body temperature when it gets too cold. Number 5, you are hungry so you eat some food. Number 6, you are cold so you put on a jacket. Number 7, when it is hot you sit in a shade. Number 8, it starts raining so you take out an umbrella. Information: receptors in the eye detect and respond light rays. Message sent to the brain. Brain interprets the message and respond. Activity 1.1. Number 1. The teacher will show videos, text on different animals and how they sense different information and react accordingly, e.g., frogs with their amazing sense of hearing, chameleons with a unique sense of sight, some bats, whales, and dolphins use echolocation to find their prey, etc. Number 2, the teacher will ask students to share what they know about the human sense organs and what sort of information they gather. Number 3, the teacher will explain that our eyes, ears, nose all helps to gather sensory information. Each organ has special structures that collect information and then send it to the brain. The brain in turn tells us how to act. Brain is part of the nervous system. The nervous system also includes the spinal cord with miles of nerves spread throughout the body. Number 4, the teacher will ask students to prepare a scientific poster showing their understanding of the sensory receptors. Number 4, human respiratory system. When wood burns, it combines with the oxygen in air. In this process, energy in the form of heat and light is released. Likewise, in the cells of human body, food combines with oxygen to produce energy. This process is called respiration. Through respiration, cells use oxygen to release the energy stored in food. The human respiratory system consists of two lungs and the air passage leading to the lungs. The air passage consists of nose, throat, trachea, and bronchi. Nose. Air enters body through nose. As air passes through the nasal passage, it is filtered, warmed, and moistened. Throat. Air passes from the nose to the back of your throat. The throat divides into two tubes. Food and water pass through the esophagus. Air passes through the windpipe or trachea. The trachea is covered by a small lid. When you swallow, the trachea is closed as the lid prevents food from entering trachea. When you speak or breathe, the trachea is open. Trachea. Trachea is supported by C-shaped rings of cartilage. These cartilage rings keep the tracheas open. Bronchi. Air from the trachea passes into bronchus. Bronchus divides into two bronchi. The bronchi are tubes that carry air into the lungs. Lungs. There are two lungs in the chest cavity. The lungs are spongy and pinkish in color. Once inside the lungs, the two bronchi divide into smaller and smaller tubes, bronchioles. At the end of the smallest tube are the air sacs. The lungs look like sponges due to presence of air sacs. The air sacs have network of thin blood vessels. The exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes places between the air sacs and thin blood vessels. Oxygen from the air sacs passes into the blood. At the same time, carbon dioxide from the cells passes out of the blood into the air sacs. The blood having oxygen is carried from the lungs to the heart. Lungs contract and expand to move air into into and out of your body. So how does the air get into your lungs? Moving of air into and out of the body is called breathing. The two structures that enable to breathe are the rib muscles and diaphragm, a sheet of muscles that separates the chest and the uh, abdomen is called diaphragm. Inhalation. It is the process of breathing in which we inhale or breathe in air taken into the lungs. During inhalation, the diaphragm flattens and moves downwards. The ribs move upward and outward. The lungs expand. The air enters the lungs. Inhalation, exhalation, exchange of gas, thin blood vessel, oxygen, carbon dioxide, air sac. Exhalation. It is the part of breathing in which we exhale or breathe out air, i.e., air is taken out of the lungs. During exhalation, the diaphragm relaxes and moves to upwards. The ribs move downwards and inwards. The lungs are compressed. Air is given out from the lungs to the surroundings. Most of vertebrates such as elephant, lion, dog, cow, cat, horse, goat, bird have lungs in their chest cavities like human being. So these vertebrates have similar respiratory system to human. Respiratory system of cat, trachea, lung, bronches. Respiratory system of horse, nostril, nasal passage, trachea, lungs, air sac, diaphragm. Number 5. Human circulatory system. Why do you need a circulatory system? All the cells of body need oxygen from the lungs. Carbon dioxide has to be removed from the lungs. So we have a system of internal transport called circulatory system. This system transports oxygen, carbon dioxide, nutrients, water, minerals, etc. The human circulatory system consists of heart, blood vessels, and blood. Heart. The human heart is somewhat a cone-shaped organ. It is located in the chest between the two lungs. The heart is about the size fist. The heart functions as a pump. The heart has two pumps that lie side by side. The right pump is separated from the left pump by a muscular wall. The heart consists of four chambers. The heart is responsible for the circulation of blood through the blood vessels. Human heart. External, internal. Blood vessels. The three types of blood vessels are the arteries, capillaries, and veins. Arteries. Arteries are blood vessels that carry blood away from the heart. The walls of the arteries are very elastic. As the heart contracts, it pumps blood through the arteries. Capillaries. The capillaries are the smallest blood vessels. They form a network in all parts of the body. The exchange of materials such as oxygen, carbon dioxide, glucose, etc. takes place between the blood and body cells through the capillaries. Veins. Veins are blood vessels in which the blood flows from the body towards the heart. They carry carbon dioxide and other wastes. The wall of the vein is thin. Artery, capillary, veins. From heart, artery, capillaries, vein to heart. Do you know the expansion and contraction of the arteries can be felt as pulse? Place your finger on an artery in the neck or wrist. You will feel the pulse. Blood. Blood is a circulatory fluid. It consists of plasma and blood cells. Plasma. It is the liquid portion of the blood. Blood cells. These are suspended in the plasma. The three types of blood cells are type 1, type A, red blood cells, type B, white blood cells, type C, platelets. Red blood cells. The red blood cells are disc shaped. They have no nucleus. They exist for about 120 days in the bloodstream. They contain a pigment hemoglobin. They transport oxygen to all cells. White blood cells. They have nucleus. There are five types of white blood cells. There are five types of white blood cells. Their main function is to protect the body against pathogens. Platelets. These are the fragments of cells. Platelets play an important role in blood clotting. Red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets. Do you know? White blood cells are not white in color but are colorless. To, dis- to distinguish from red blood cells, these are called white blood cells. Many animals have circulatory systems similar to humans, having heart, arteries, veins, and blood. The animals are frog, lizard, crocodile, bird, cat, goat, cow, horse, etc. Circulatory system of frog, vein, heart, artery. Circulatory system of cat, artery, vein, heart. Circulatory system of horse, vein, heart, artery. Key points. Number 1. The human body have a number of organ systems such as digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, skeletal system, muscular system, and nervous system, etc. Number 2. Digestive, respiratory, and circulatory system are integrated to carry out life processes. Number 3. We receive information from the environment through sense organs. The sense organs are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Number 4. Eyes are the organs of sight, ears are the organs of hearing, nose is the organ of smell, tongue is the organ of taste, skin is the organ of touch. Number 5. The nerve endings are receptors. Each type of receptor can only sense a certain kind of information such as light, sound, hot, cold, etc. Number 6. Message from the sense organs travel in along a nerve to the brain. The brain interprets the message. 7. Through the brain, our body responds in different ways. 8. Respiration is the process by which oxygen combines with sugar to release energy. Number 9. The organs the organs involved gas exchange consist of two lungs and the air passage. Number 10. The air passage consists of nose, throat, trachea, and bronchi. Number 11. Breathing is the process of moving air in and out of the lungs for gas exchange. Number 12. The process the process that moves air into the lungs is called inhalation. The process of giving air out of the lungs is called exhalation. Number 13. Diaphragm is a sheet of muscle that spreads the chest and abdomen. Number 14. Breathing takes place with the help of rib muscles and diaphragm. Number 15. Many vertebrates have similar respiratory system to humans such as elephant, goat, cat, horse, lizard, and bird, etc. Number 16. The human circulatory system transports oxygen, carbon dioxide, nutrients, water, minerals, etc. Number 17. Circulatory system consists of heart, blood vessels, and blood. The cone-shaped heart is located in the chest between the two lungs. The hearts pump the blood through the blood vessels. Number 19. Arteries, veins, and capillaries are the blood vessels. 20. Number 20. Blood consists of plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Number 21. Many animals have a circulatory system similar to human.